Hello guys, here we will be discussing about the different type of Class A power amplifier itself, but to get the improvement we will arrange the transformer coupled Class A power amplifier where we are getting the Q point in the middle of the power supply, but we will improve the efficiency of the power amplifier. How? Let's see mathematically. You have this particular circuit where I have arranged the load in the form of inductive circuit, specifically saying I have arranged the load resistance with a transformer, right, with the turns ratio as N1 is to N2. I have arranged the transformer at the load side with the N1 is to N2 as the turns ratio. Now depending on the N1 is to N2 ratio, I will get the change in the resistance at the secondary side. This is the primary side and this is the secondary side. As I am inserting the inductor rather than that of resistance, so all the analysis with respect to DC load line, AC load line will change drastically, and here we will be getting different value of the terminals of the DC load line. Now let's see the picture of this particular load line. When I am talking about this load line, I will get the Q point on VCC and VCC divided by RL dash. Check that in Class A RC coupled power amplifier where we have got VCC divided by 2, right? But here we have got the changed value of the component of Q point parameter. So VCC instead of VCC by 2 and VCC divided by RL dash instead of VCC divided by 2 RL dash. So here I have improved the value of the voltage parameter of Q point. So let's see how we will be getting the change in the efficiency and other few parameters as far as this Class A amplifier is considered. Where I am saying this Q is still in the middle of this particular load line, or I can say supply voltage. So if it is exactly in the middle of that supply voltage, I will get the full swing, no doubt about it. I will get the conduction angle in the form of 0 to 360 degree completely in the form of current and voltage as well. So that is advantageous, right? So one more advantage is I have improved the efficiency. Question arises how? Let's see mathematically. Now when I am talking about this transformer coupled Class A power amplifier, I have just changed the output load in the form of transformer or inductive in nature, which is nothing but where we have to consider the AC parameter as well, because this inductor is depends on the frequency where resistance is independent of frequency, right? Whenever I am talking about the DC load line, we have to incorporate this RE, but RE value I will take it very less, so I can neglect that RE value as well. So I can say that whatever circuit I have got, I will change that particular circuit in my AC model with this particular BJT where your inductor is placed, right, in the form of transformer primary, and this is connected with your DC supply, that is VCC. Okay, this is nothing but the VCE, that is collector to emitter voltage. This is nothing but the primary V1 voltage, primary at the transformer V1. V2 is nothing but the secondary voltage at the transformer, that is V2. Now when I am talking about the load resistance at the primary is RL dash and load resistance at the secondary is RL, that completely depends on the ratio N1 is to N2. So in ideal case, if I am considering N1 is to N2 is 1 is to 1, then I can say that yes, power is completely transferred from primary to secondary without any loss ideally. But practically there are some hysteresis loss, eddy current loss, right, iron loss, copper loss, right? So these are practical sense where we have to look out, right? Then we will move ahead. Ideally, in ideal sense, I can say that we will consider the ideal situations, go for further calculations. I am saying that RL dash is nothing but the impedance offered by the primary at the collector current and RL is nothing but the secondary. Now here we have to consider some concepts of transformer, right? We have all learned about a transformer. Now as far as transformer theory is considered, we know the ratio of V1 square divided by RL dash is equal to V2 square divided by RL. That is the ideal situation where I can say that the primary transformer ka power is equal to secondary ka power, right? So from that we will consider RL dash. What's the value of RL dash? So I will get the value of RL dash in the form of voltage ratio and the resistance, load resistance RL. So I can say V1 divided by V2. As I know that, what is V1 divided by V2? The relation between V1 by V2 is nothing but V1 by V2 is equal to N1 by N2, right? And is equal to I2 by I1, where I2 is nothing but the current at secondary and I1 is nothing but the current at the primary. Here we don't have to require that I2 and I1, we just concentrate on this particular ratio. V1 by V2 is equal to N1 by N2, and here I can say that we have got V1 by V2. So V1 by V2 is nothing but N1 by N2, and that is called as turns ratio. So I can say that this is nothing but the transformer turns ratio, and this is the main part where I can change the value of the load resistance at the primary side, right? Depends on the value of N square. So we have got the general concept of this particular load line with AC parameter. Now we will consider some DC parameters, but here we have to look at this particular load line very carefully. See to it that I am neglecting this emitter resistance, and then I will apply further KVL at the output side. If I am applying KVL at the output side, we'll get VCC minus VCE minus IC into RL dash is equal to 0. Very simple straightforward equation where I can say that this is VCE, this is your value of the IC multiplied by RL dash, and this is nothing but your VCC. So with this I'll get this equation, and if here we will be getting that VCEQ is equal to VCC and ICQ is equal to VCC divided by RL dash. See to it that I am not exactly keeping IC is equal to 0, because it is not possible to get the value of IC is equal to 0. This is because I am saying that the current flowing through the inductor will remain intact even if I am saying I am keeping something open circuit, right? So back EMF will play a major role in that particular situation. So that's why you will get to know that this VCEQ is nothing but VCC and ICQ is nothing but VCC divided by RL dash. Here I can say that on the Q point itself we have got the value of Q point is nothing but VCC comma VCC divided by RL dash, where your value of ICQ is nothing but VCC divided by RL dash, and the value of the VCE is nothing but value of VCC. Let's move ahead to find the POAC. As we have mentioned that we are not changing the position of Q point in as far as complete output characteristics and DC-AC load line is concerned. Q point is in the middle of DC load line, right? So as far as this DC load line and output concerned, we have just changed the value of Q point parameters, not the position of the Q point parameters. Now we'll say that now here we will consider POAC is equal to VCE max minus VCE min the whole square divided by 8RL, as we have done in your class A RC coupled amplifier. The same procedure will follow and will reach up to this particular formula. Now in that particular formula, ideally to get the maximum value of output AC power, we can say that VCE max will reach up to the final value in the form of 2 VCC, right? So 2 VCC is your maximum value and 0 is your minimum value ideally. So if I put the value of VC max is equal to 2 VCC and VCE min is equal to 0 volts. So in that scenario, we will be getting the value of POAC, that is output AC maximum power, is nothing but 4 VCC square, that is nothing but 2 VCC the whole square, that is 4 VCC square divided by 8RL. 4 ने 8 को मार दिया, बन गया 2, will be getting VCC square divided by 2RL, that is equation number 1, that is nothing but POAC max. Let's move further to calculate how much DC supply I am giving, right? So let's calculate that. That is nothing but VCC multiplied by ICQ. What's the value of ICQ? We have got the value of ICQ as VCC divided by RL dash. So VCC multiplied by VCC divided by RL dash. Okay, so we'll be getting the value as VCC square divided by RL dash. Equation number 2, we have got the value of POAC max, P in DC max. So from that we'll get the maximum efficiency that will be getting from the transformer coupled class A power amplifier. let's see that whether we are getting the improvement in the efficiency or not. Let's see from the equation 1 and 2. From 1 and 2, if we put the value of POAC here and P in DC here, we'll be getting the maximum efficiency as 50%. Here we have got the doubled value of efficiency as far as class A RC coupled power amplifier is considered. So we have improved little bit as far as efficiency is considered. Now we will see that what are the advantages, what are the disadvantages. Here we have to look at, right? As far as transformer PQ and figure of merit is considered, that will be same throughout, as same as that of your class A RC coupled amplifier. This is because we are not considering the value of two transistors. I am keeping one transistor only. Okay, so let's move ahead for the advantages, right? First advantage is improvement in the efficiency. As far as advantage of class A amplifier is considered, that will be intact, right? So for example, I will be getting 360-degree conduction angle, that will be intact for this particular class A transformer coupled power amplifier as well. But what are other advantages I am getting, that I am writing it down over here. So improvement in the efficiency, that means I am doubling the value of maximum efficiency to 50%. Output with less distortion, again I am reducing the value of distortion in this particular case. What are the disadvantages I am getting? Wherever you feel that what you have to write in the disadvantages, when the circuit is inductive in nature, always and always circuit becomes bulky, right? That is a disadvantage as a whole when I am talking about the inductive circuit. So here I am inserting one inductor in the form of transformer, so I can say that it's nothing but the bulky circuit due to the inductor, right? Where I am considering non-linear distortion, that increases in this particular case. This is because the non-linear circuit in the form of transformer I am inserting, right? So these non-linearities will come into picture when I am talking about the output AC power, right? So this distortion will come into picture, and then another disadvantage that I'll be getting, that is nothing but the hum, same as that of your class A power amplifier. Ripple current causes that hum, right? Same as that of your if I don't have a regulated power supply, then what will be the effect? Effect will be I'll get the hum, that is nothing but the noise, that is nothing but the cracked sound, that will cause the distortion as well. That is nothing but the disadvantage as far as class A transformer coupled power amplifier is considered. So we will stop here. As far as class A power amplifier is considered, we have taken two cases. One is RC coupled and one is RC coupled and another is transformer coupled. In both cases, we form the different values of the efficiency. We have seen the value of the figure of merit, we have calculated the power dissipation, and we saw what are the advantages and what are the disadvantages in the few videos of class A power amplifier. In next few videos, we will get the few numerical point of view of class A power amplifier. So thank you so much for watching this particular video. Thank you. Subscribe this particular channel of Ekeeda videos. Thank you so much.